Woe to you, O earth and sea.
It's the Hop Nation
USA Podcast.
Hey, yo, Vince.
Welcome back, Hop Nation. This is episode 117, and this episode is bullshit.
Before we get to why this episode is bullshit, I just want to say that we did have another brand new song, and this is pretty much a debut on Hop Nation USA.
Yeah.
I mean, the song came out early July, but what you heard was Such a Fool by Prom Night, and that's PROMKNGHT.
Or
So,
however you
might-
spell night.
So, well, it's, night like a night from medieval times.
Yeah.
But minus the I.
Yeah.
So you gotta do that mix. But he's an R&B singer from the Bronx, and he was actually suggested to submit his song to us by other craft beer enthusiasts in the Bronx.
Which is pretty awesome.
That's pretty awesome because that tells me that we have listeners in New York,
Yes.
and especially in cool neighborhoods like the Bronx and maybe Brooklyn, maybe Williamsburg.
Something, Flatbush Avenue. That's all I
something.
know. But no, that's awesome.
Flatbush Zombies, submit a song to Hop Nation USA. I'll put it on for sure. But yeah, we'll be playing little clips of Such a Fool throughout the night, and then at the end of the episode, you can listen to the entire song. But if you want to follow Prom Night, just search PROMKNGHT, and that'll get you Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and his SoundCloud. And you can listen to all his music on there.
Do it.
But back to why this episode is bullshit.
Two things. Number one, I'm Adam. That's Steve. Why this is bullshit? It's a Sam episode. Sam's back.
Oh, hello, everybody.
And why is that a reason for it being a bullshit episode? It's
Because I didn't do the intro, that's why.
Well, that's part of it. And it's not because you're back, Sam. We are happy to have you back.
I don't know. It didn't sound like it while you were happy. Maybe we should start over and try this again.
We're happy to have you back, but you come bringing a trail of things with you.
Really, it's just everything you stand for.
Yes. Well, I stand for great things, especially in the world of craft beer.
Yes. So, of course, this is going to be a Sam episode, which means we are drinking IPAs.
Lots of IPAs.
All the hops.
Lots of hops.
All the hops.
I mean, really what it's about is we drink these beers when Sam's back because I need backup.
True.
I can't trust the other guest hosts. Not that they have bad palates, but it's
What?
just I know Sam will properly tout for these beers.
Fair.
He will pontificate for them.
Ooh.
He will, exalt them even higher than I will.
Well, only if they're good, though.
Only if they're good.
There's
Only
so
if
many
they're good.
IPAs out there these days. I'm not going to give an unfair rating or
True.
anything. I'm going
Right.
to make a proper assessment, and I will glorify where glorifying is needed, and I will be very mediocre to the beers that are very mediocre. So
Thou shalt not provide false hope.
Right.
that's right.
Thou
That's
shalt
right.
not bear false witness.
That's right.
And that's touting beers that are, bad when they shouldn't be
Right.
touted as anything else other than fuck Corona.
That's right, until you pay us money.
Yeah.
Sam, since you're back on the show, I'll give you the honors of...
Introducing the first beer.
Thank you. I don't know why my brain just went
I don't
to
know.
pudding.
Man,
Farting
okay.
town?
It did. It
Well,
just went
it's
to straight pudding right there.
Because you are afraid of the things that come next.
I'm regressing back to a safe space, so I don't have to worry about these beers for the rest of the episode. I'm just gonna go limp.
Okay.
Adam saw
like
a
a bear.
tagline on this beer that says "It's not normal," and he got really worried
Okay.
because it's not a normal IPA. This is actually a pale ale, so APA.
Oh, okay.
So let me introduce this beer, gentlemen, and I will just say what's really nice about being back on the show is that I didn't even bring any of these beers. You guys just knew I was coming, and you had nice lineup of IPAs for me. It's almost like you planned it.
Sometimes you got to clean out the fridge.
Hey, you know what? What better time to clean it out than when I'm around if these are the beers you're giving away. So let's get into the first one here. So this is from Three Floyds Brewery, which I know I've had on the show before, so clearly you guys have had it too. And this one that we're drinking today is called Alpha King, and this is a pale ale. And I like the tagline on here. It's Alpha King is a bold yet balanced American pale ale with slight sweetness and aggressive citrus hoppiness, which I'm always a big fan of. Aggressive and citrus, two things that I love in my IPAs. So that was a good description, not the tagline. The tagline was "It's not normal," and that's what Adam got scared of. But that's neither here nor there. So I would say we crack this beer and we drink it.
Do you have does it give you a ABV on that can? Or any IBUs on there? If not, we can just consult the magical Google machine.
Sha-na-na-na.
We will
Or
need
Untapped.
we will need to consult the Google machine. But
Okay.
while Adam is consulting that machine, before I crack this bad boy, for those that don't know, Three Floyds is a fantastic brewery out of Munster, Indiana. So, and they are famous for one of the greatest beers in America, according to what is it, Beer Advocate, the Zombie Dust, consistently rated in the
Heard of
top
it.
10 beers
Heard
in
of it.
America.
So this one is not one of the top 10 beers. However, it does come in with an ABV of 6.66%
Okay.
and an IBU rating of 68.
Hail Satan.
There you go.
Okay, well, while you do that, I'm going to open this beer.
Yeah, well, I mean, I'm waiting for you to pour it up, so I'll just hail Satan in the meantime.
Vamp.
Ooh. Now, for just a single pale ale, that is pretty dark.
Yeah, it is. And especially when you see on the description that's aggressively hopped with citrus.
Yeah.
I would have expected something much, much lighter. This, to me, has a very dark, almost caramel-like color.
Yeah, it's like definitely copper, and I would agree, it's approaching like a caramel, almost like a lager in a way.
Most of the IPAs that I drink these days do not look like this. So
No.
I'm very curious to see if that's just because it's an APA or if that's, I don't know, maybe they use some very heavy dark malts and
Yeah.
that's the color that is shining through right now. I don't know.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you got to think Alpha King definitely predates all that New England IPA.
That is true. They've been around before that trend. So
Yeah.
maybe this is more of like a West Coast pale.
Well, I wouldn't call it a West Coast either because it's not clear.
That's true. It's
You know,
definitely
it's,
not.
Like, it's clean in the sense that there's not a bunch of shit floating around in it.
It's Middle Coast.
Yeah, it's a middle coast. It's like they did their own thing, really.
Well, I mean, they are from Indiana.
Right.
So that makes sense.
Yeah, they're Erie coast, Michigan coast.
Yeah, because they've got, what, a little snippet on one of the Great Lakes?
Yeah.
They got like a little
They touch-
cutout on
they
Lake
touch
Michigan.
a little bit, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, Lake Michigan. You're right.
Yeah.
I've been to Indiana Dunes National Park.
Oh,
a lot
really?
A lot of sand dunes there. You can climb up
yeah.
on the top and you can jump off. It's very fun.
Yeah,
Right on.
I've heard some other people. They had a fun time at that. It didn't make any sense to me.
You went to Indiana for
For
that?
sand dunes?
It doesn't make sense until you've seen the dunes, climbed up to the very top, and you jumped off and just went right down into the sand.
Right on.
Sounds weird, but it's fun. Anyhow,
Fair enough.
Let's maybe we should get back to the beer. What we came here to talk about.
So on the smell, it's actually not too harsh for like claiming aggressiveness.
It's fairly malty, actually.
Yeah, exactly.
Definitely malty.
Yeah, it's pretty malty, but you can smell a little bit of citrus on it. But yeah, I was expecting like way more aggressive on the smell. But we'll see on the taste.
Gentlemen, that's an interesting tasting pale. I am getting more malt than I am hops in my first sip. I can taste them a little bit on the back end, but I was expecting a lot more here in the flavor.
I was waiting to see what Adam was going to say because I do.
I just jumped right in.
Well, yeah, I mean, I get exactly what you were just saying though. Like it still is pretty malty on the front end.
And then it gets ruined.
Okay, so
To me, it's still got that hoppiness. It doesn't have a huge amount of hop residue, but it's still there.
no, it's not. I don't find it like resinous in any way. I think it's just like a citrus, a citra hop, probably.
I would say so, given its aggressive citrus hoppiness.
Yeah.
I could see where somebody would like this.
Yeah,
If this is your thing?
both Sam and I like this.
Well, before I go that far,
Whoa.
I'm not going to say that I dislike this, but at the same time, I'm not quite sure if I like this. And maybe my palate is just a little bit tainted because I drink pretty much only New England style IPAs that are very, very juicy and hoppy and citrusy
Okay.
these days. And this is very traditional for me to have a beer like this.
You've been coddled
At least
too much, Sam.
I think that I have. So I think I just need to clear my mind for a second. Take a couple more sips
center
as
your
we go
chi.
through the segment. Yes, I need to set. Yeah, I need to also harness my chi. I don't want to get upset about this, and I need to just rate this beer for what it is. But I'm not going to say I like it. I'm not going to say I don't like it. But I'm going to reassess at the end of the segment.
I'm going to say you need to take yourself back to like 2011 before we got introduced to all that soft baby kiss bullshit.
Yeah, I probably do. Which
Back
might have
when
been the
IP
first time I had this beer.
Yeah, back when IPAs were IPAs. Back when palate wrecker was still a thing.
On purpose.
On purpose.
So-
I will say that I like it.
Okay.
I'm going to say that. I like it. I'm constantly chasing like West Coast style, and even though it's not completely West Coast style, it is closer to that in that it does have a strong bitterness to it.
It has West Coast leanings, so
Yes,
to speak.
It has leanings, edgings.
Yes. So while Sam ponders this beer to figure out if he likes it or not, which is reasonable, I think that is the correct approach, Sam.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's
I told you I was going to be fair on this episode.
That's
Adam.
right.
Told you I was going to be fair. That's right.
as long as you're not fair and balanced. That's a whole other show.
Very balanced. Lasers.
Laser news. It's time for news, notes, and neat.
Okay, can do.
Okay.
Who wants to go first? I've got two.
I got one.
Okay.
So let's do a little news sandwich.
Okay. Do you want me to do a local first, or do you want me to do a far, far away?
Far, far away first.
All right. So far, far away, all the way from the land of Malaysia, comes.
Oh.
Yes, I said far away.
We're not wrong.
Yeah. All the way from Malaysia comes the great brand new beer trend.
Okay.
Yes. Who is familiar with boba tea?
Ah, yes, I am.
Oh, okay. You know boba tea?
Yeah, it's-
Sam, have you had a boba tea before?
I have not, no.
It's a pretty popular Asian drink. You'll find it at like different Thai restaurants.
I've heard of it,
Yeah.
but I've not actually consumed one.
Okay, so it's for listeners at home who don't know, it's basically like milk tea, and then there's also tapioca balls at the bottom.
Isn't it basically a variation of bubble tea?
Yeah, that's what bubble tea is. But
Oh, okay.
yeah. It's the boba is black tapioca. Bubble tea can include different things. So like it might be like fruit bubbles or things like that.
Okay.
Yeah, it might not just be tapioca flavored tapioca. But in Malaysia there is a restaurant called the Beer Factory. And the Beer Factory has decided to start making beer boba teas.
Really?
Yes.
Beer boba tea.
Now, how are they going to do that? Do they describe the process?
Well, they don't necessarily describe the process, but it's kind of easy to figure out. They are offering 4 different variations. So one is a Guinness milkshake
Okay.
boba tea. That one's pretty easy to figure
Yeah.
out. It's a Guinness chocolate milkshake with boba on the bottom. They have a strawberry lime cider boba tea.
That just sounds good, actually.
Right. It sounds good. They have a watermelon beer. So it seems like it's watermelon juice made with tiger beer, which is a local,
Okay.
kind of like a Singha.
Oh, I've
or
had
whatever.
that.
You've had tiger beer?
You can get that here
Oh, okay.
in Pittsburgh.
Oh, okay.
Where?
Yeah, it's oh god, why am I drawing a blank? The Big Burrito restaurant is where I had it.
Oh, okay.
Out in the East End. I'm drawing a blank. Crap.
Steel Cactus.
Somebody help me out.
Mad Max.
No, I've been part of the Mad Max family. It's not Casbah. It's the other one. Soba. Soba is
Soba.
the restaurant.
Okay,
You get it
alright.
at Soba. If you want tiger beer in Pittsburgh, that
Okay.
is where they have it.
So Soba has tiger beer. Papaya has Singha.
They do. And I've never actually had one there yet.
Singha is actually not too terrible.
I've been tempted.
in comparison to like Tsingtao
Okay.
and Sapporo and what's the other one? Kirin. Of those Asian mass manufactured, Singha is not too terrible. I'd
Right
kind
on.
of put it on the level of a Yingling even.
Oh, right on.
But yeah, so
Wait, your assessment of a Yingling or my assessment of a Yingling?
my assessment of Yingling.
So it sucks.
Oh, it sucks, but it's still better than a lot of other stuff, and it's still better than the Tsingtao. So Tsingtao is Terrible.
El Torito.
I wasn't real impressed with Tiger. I'd be curious if you guys ever drink Tiger to see
try it.
see what it tastes like.
We'll go to Soba and
Gotta
we'll
go
get
to
some.
Soba and get the
Yeah.
Tiger.
Anywho, so yeah, there's a watermelon beer that's made like I believe it's like watermelon juice and Tiger and boba. They have a butter beer that is Kirin and some sort of like butter and caramel. I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah, but those are the 4 offerings that they have, and translated to American style, it's about $7
I'd try it
for
once.
a boba tea. Yeah, for a boba tea beer. Looking at this beer factory menu, that place is pretty much like a Buffalo Wild Wings,
Oh, okay.
but there's a good chance I just might move to Malaysia after doing some price comparisons.
Oh, yeah?
So the alcohol is pretty on par with what we pay over here.
Okay.
So it's like $24. You can get 10 shots.
Okay.
Yeah. For $21, you can get 8 mugs of Tiger.
Oh, that's not bad.
The deal is for 88 RM, you can get 8 mugs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, and RM is their currency.
Right.
Like that's their currency abbreviation. So 88 RM gets you 8 mugs, but that translates to $21.
That ain't bad.
For a 12-inch pizza, though,
Okay.
and this is why I'm going to move to Malaysia, $6.
Yeah.
Only
Food
$6
is crazy cheap. Alcohol on par, food crazy cheap.
I can stomach that.
Yeah.
Man, for $27, you could have 8 mugs of Tiger at a 12-inch pizza.
Yeah.
That's not a bad deal.
No.
There ain't no specials around here like that.
No.
And if there are, you don't want them.
Right.
No, exactly. He'd be eating cardboard and drinking piss.
That's pretty much, yeah. So yeah, that's. I just wanted to point that out because now that this is out in the world, it's out from Malaysia. It was posted on a craft beer Facebook group, so now it's in America. So you can expect to see beer boba tea at your local brewery.
Yes.
Whoever decides to jump on it first. We're out of slushies, so we're going to be moving into the fall. Tea.
It's time for the tea to warm up and that.
Time for teas. And yeah, that's what the fall is going to be, is a bunch of boba teas.
That's fine.
I'm just saying. We're on the cutting edge for a change.
That's true.
Good. I'd like to try a boba tea.
Yeah, just go try a regular boba tea. Again, go to Papaya, get a Singha and get a
I
boba
might.
tea, and then just pour the Singha into your boba tea, and then you can.
And there you go.
You're there.
There you
I've
go.
never even been to Papaya, so I got some catching up to do. Let's
Oh,
just
you're
say
missing
that.
out.
Yeah.
Especially now that you live in
know,
live nearby.
It's like
Yeah.
right down the street.
It's
Yeah.
like 10 minutes from my house, if that.
Yeah. So yeah, that's my far away. Adam, what is your news note or need?
Mine is universal. It affects everybody.
Universal?
Universal.
Okay.
So, Facebook, that lovable, huggable little scamp of a company.
You've been using scamp a lot to
Have I
describe
really?
shitty things.
Well, guess what?
You called Founders a scamp the other day.
Well, guess what?
Yeah.
Facebook's bigger.
Right.
So there
sure
it
is.
is.
Sure is.
They're
Much bigger.
Facebook is bigger than Founders.
they're a double scamp.
Keep
Double
going.
scam.
I'd almost consider them a triple scam. they got a lot of employees around the world.
Triple scamp, no take backsies. So they have updated their policies.
Yeah.
They have a new policy where you are no longer allowed the sale of beer between individuals on Facebook or Instagram. So that also includes tobacco, but it was alcohol and tobacco. They changed their policy to quote unquote outlaw that. Where that comes into play,
I can't trade jewels anymore.
exactly. That's right. Is the whale hunters.
Oh yeah. Yeah, the culture is like permeates any place that would have them.
Exactly.
Back to Craigslist, scumbags.
Right.
Well, I don't know. Were people selling on the Facebook Marketplace? Because on Instagram, I've never seen anybody selling beer. They only do the trade.
So I must clarify that, Sam. They had already outlawed the sale of alcohol and tobacco on the marketplace. This was between individuals.
Oh, just like private messaging one
Correct.
another. Oh,
and
interesting.
that did include just what they called organic content, which is posts and comments and things like that. So you can't say, okay, I have a 4-pack of Alpha King. Who wants it? $5 a can. You can't do that on Facebook anymore.
But I can do the FT Alpha King ISO Pseudo Sue.
You can try that and maybe not get caught, but
Right. So there was no statement on the fair trade of alcohol.
Yeah.
Facebook did not go that far yet. I'm waiting for that to happen.
this is all just like ass covering.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it is because even if you go on eBay, I mean, people are selling beer on eBay, but they're selling them as empty cans.
Right.
It's similar to Ladies of the Night, how they post,
Yes.
Yeah.
how they would take care of that transaction.
We'll trade 30 roses for a Hunapoo.
Right, exactly. That's what it's coming down to.
I love speaking in code. This is going to be fun.
No, that would be 40 roses for that. You got to pay extra.
Okay.
7 ampersand 2 asterisk 4. That is phone code. That is
Maybe I'll even throw in a couple packets of seeds so you can grow some more roses. You can grow rose bushes if you want. That'll be your tip.
Steve, I like to think that you had your old Nokia phone in mind
Yeah.
when you were typing that out.
Well, yeah, I just was doing an old that was old Craigslist ways around the filter
Yeah.
of if you're putting not that I ever bought a Mistress of the Night, but you window shop sometimes, and they would always put their phone number up, but it would always be broken up.
Yeah.
With like the different, so like 7 ampersand, and then
A Mistress of the Night on Craigslist.
Yes.
Man, what would even show up?
nothing anymore. I don't know where they're at.
I have no
'Cause
idea.
Oh, they're off Craigslist now.
They've been off Craigslist forever. They were
Well,
on.
I knew they took down like the hookup sites or what was it?
Well, Backpage
Well-
was the one that
No,
they
I'm talking- what
flocked
was the
to
one-
after Craigslist.
What was the one on Craigslist? It wasn't what was it? It was the hookup one. I can't remember what it was called. Do you remember?
I don't.
Casual Encounters.
Casual Encounters.
okay.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I used to read through some of those, and man, there was some funny stuff.
Oh yeah,
on there.
that's
hilarious.
what you read it for.
Yeah.
Is
Hilarious.
fucking shit all over there.
That
all
and
over.
Misconnections is another good one.
The
to jump
Misconnections
in on.
was a
Yeah.
good one. I think that one's still there though, isn't it?
Misconnections is still
Yeah,
around.
otherwise DVE isn't going to have any content for the morning show anymore.
Yeah. Comedian Chris D'Elia, on his podcast, he'll actually go through like the cities, like whatever city he just visited or is
okay.
going to visit, doing comedy. He goes through their misconnections.
Nice.
It's pretty funny. Yeah.
Nice.
Have you ever just gone on to Misconnections and
Oh,
just started
absolutely.
emailing people that you are their misconnection?
Absolutely.
You
I
have?
have not.
Yeah.
Oh, really?
I've had I had a burner email that I did that with.
Did people respond to you?
Oh yeah. It's fucking
They
weird.
want to meet up?
Yeah, some of them, yeah.
Oh my God, the crazy world we live in. Or
Yeah.
used to live in, I guess. I
Yeah.
probably still do.
No, you can still fuck around like that if you want.
Oh my gosh.
I just got bored.
I'm only imagining Steve emailing somebody saying that you're this 5'2" petite little redhead.
Yeah.
That's me. And then you show up.
I remember you. Oh my god, you're so pretty. Oh my god, you had those cargo shorts and it was awesome, and then you had your feet out, and I couldn't believe it.
I feel physically uncomfortable hearing that.
I do.
Yeah, well.
I don't like sitting by Steve on this podcast anymore. Good thing I only do it once every couple
Right.
months.
Right. Yes, this show has descended into madness while you're
Yes.
not around.
I could tell.
So-
It's matter every time.
So bottom line, Facebook makes Whale Hunter sad.
Yeah, Facebook makes Will Hunter sad. Go find other place. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Well.
It doesn't affect me.
Yeah, it doesn't affect me either. I don't chase like that. I can figure things out myself if I need to. So, final news note for the evening.
Yes.
Local. And if you're listening to this on a Friday, then that means you're right on the cusp of Picklesburg. That's this weekend.
Yeah, insert
Yeah.
rave horn here.
Yeah, boop, boop, boop. We have a number of pickle-themed alcoholic drinks.
Example.
Well, let's see. At Picklesburg proper, Kingview Mead is going to be offering a number of meads made with pickled fruits, but not actual pickles.
That actually makes a lot more sense.
Yeah. So, like, I think it's like they have a pickled ginger mango
Ooh.
mead. Yeah. And then they have a pickled, I believe it's a watermelon. Yeah. So Kingview's got
Pickled
some.
watermelon.
Yeah.
That sounds gross, but I'd try it in a mead.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Kingview doesn't make bad stuff, so it's worth trying. Wiggle Whiskey is bringing back their Eau de Pickle.
Okay.
They debuted it last year, I believe, at Picklesburg, but it's their rye-based spirit that's also made with like dill.
Right.
Yeah.
It's right in the wheelhouse.
Yes. And then the big news is that East End and Permanis have teamed up, and they are debuting their almost famous Pickle Goza.
A pickle go. If you're gonna do a beer, my thought is the Goza would be the way to do it.
Yeah.
Probably. That sounds disgusting. Although I couldn't eat a pickle to save my life. I'd probably puke if I did.
Really?
I hate pickles.
I did not know that.
That is one of the few foods that I hate. Olives, pickles, and raw onions. So
I'm with you on olives.
a pickled goza just
Right. Yeah, that probably makes your skin crawl. I get that.
It's like IPA level for Adam. If I had to drink one of those, it's just be like, "Ugh,
So does
I'm
that-
not the right person to rate this.
does that include olive oils as well, or is that a different genre for you?
That's a different genre. I love olive oil and different kinds of olive oils.
Fair.
So back to the East End Permanis beer, though. Apparently they use 630 pounds of cucumbers.
Oh.
Yes. Obviously salt, because it's a Goza. And they are and dill for, just kind of that flavoring.
Makes sense.
Yeah. Didn't think it's going to be at Picklesburg proper, though, on the bridge.
Okay.
Everything I was reading, it didn't say that it was going to be at Picklesburg proper, but it will be at the East End at the Market Square.
Right on. So
You mean the Permani brothers at the Market Square?
Right, exactly.
I was gonna say, East End doesn't have a location there.
No, they don't. They actually closed their location in the Strip and
I know.
moved everything to Larimer.
So sad.
what is nice is Picklesburg this year has expanded.
Right.
They are off of one bridge and now they are on two bridges, I believe.
Well, I thought they were on the street.
They're in more real estate.
Yeah.
That's what I know.
Yeah, because we talked about this before, that they came off the bridge and that they're on the street, on the city side.
Maybe
Not-
that's what
not-
it is. Yeah, they're up to the next bridge.
Yeah, they're up to the next bridge, but they're on the city side, not on the North Shore side.
Right.
If you're down there.
Bottom line, more real estate because last year I went down there and it was a mess.
Yeah.
It was wall to wall, asses to elbows,
Well, it's not going to be better this year.
because more people are going to show up.
Right, because it was voted #1 food festival in America by USA Today.
Right.
So just a whole fuckload more people are going to show up.
Which is fine.
That's fine. Good for them. 'cause-
Yeah,
Good for the city, but that
Right.
sounds terrible.
I simply-
Pickles and crowds. Oh God. Can't think of any other way I'd want to spend a Saturday.
Okay, let me pitch this to you then, Sam. How would you feel about entering their pickle juice drinking competition?
I could enter it, but I wouldn't make it very far.
Between Friday and Saturday, they're having preliminaries for. Yeah, they got to narrow the field down.
Holy shit.
They got to narrow the field down, but it's whoever can drink a quart of pickle juice fastest,
Oh my God.
and then championships will be on Sunday.
Oh. I guess it's whoever can open their throat the widest and just pour it down.
I gave serious consideration to.
I could see you giving it a run.
Yeah. Just considering all the other trash I can drink.
Yeah.
I don't love pickles, but I like them. Mm-hmm. So I'm pretty sure I could drink pickle juice just as fast as I could drink, Steel Reserve alloy.
Oh, I'd take the Steel Reserve over pickle juice any day.
Ooh, perhaps that's a good race.
How many Steel Reserves can Sam drink before you can drink a quart of pickle juice?
That's right.
That's our own competition.
Well, maybe someday on the show we can do that. We can have that competition right here.
Say, who's the winner in all this? Me.
It'll be Adam drinking straight pickle juice, and it'll be Sam drinking a Steel Reserve alloy, and it'll be me drinking a quart of Steel Reserve pickle juice.
Oh, you have to mix them together.
I'll combine the two.
Nice.
I don't care. I'm a garbage compactor. I'll figure it out.
I would be willing to bet that might be the best one of all of them.
Might be. Who knows?
You mix those two together, who knows what it's going
You
to
may have
taste
just
like.
stumbled onto something.
You may have.
Tropical punch pickle.
Patent pending.
Yeah, don't steal that. I'll fight somebody.
Gross.
In the meantime, let's get back to something that's actually not wiling out like that. It's pretty regular. It's just kind of a nice beer that behaves itself. I like it. The Alpha King by Three Floyds. Thoughts?
Sam, have you had time to disseminate?
Yeah, I
to
think
dissect?
I have. Yeah, I've had a couple more sips as we've been chit-chatting here on the show, and it's a milder IPA. I guess it's or APA, whatever you want to call this. I don't know. It's more malty than hoppy to me, but it has a nice citrus back end. And look, for what it is, it's enjoyable. It does bring me back to the IPAs that I first started out with. And, you know, everybody has their roots. Everybody came from somewhere. So, look, I appreciate it for what it is. I would drink it again. It doesn't necessarily align with the style of IPAs I necessarily drink these days, but, you know, it is a good beer. I will say that. It is a good beer, and I'm enjoying drinking it.
For me, I get it, but I'm not going to get it.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah.
Especially because it's actually extra work for you to go get it, being that I have to get it from Ohio. And
Exactly.
there's no way you're going out of your way for that.
I am not crossing state lines for this beer.
Yeah. For me, I am really appreciative of it because I'm not in New England IPA territory anymore. I don't love them. I'm getting kind of tired of them. I feel like more often than not, they're just aroma over flavor.
He's ripping off the bubble wrap.
Yeah. And it's aroma over flavor, and then I really hate finding that yeast garbage. Go to your beers. Stop being so goddamn lazy. It's gross.
T-shirt idea.
You got to visit Dancing no more, Steve. You're missing out on the truly
Too far.
exceptional beers.
Too far.
That's county line, Sam.
Yeah.
You're getting that stock product they sell at Giant Eagle. You know,
far.
everybody's got a New England IPA nowadays,
Yeah.
but where are the good ones? They're at Dancing No.
I'm sure they are. Look, when it's good, it's good. Like I don't fight it when it's good. It's just too often they're not good.
I will give you that. It's getting a little mediocre. Some of them are a bit watered down, no pun intended. And it's almost like when the pumpkin beers first came out. There were some really, really good ones, but
right.
now everybody has to do that style.
Yeah,
That's a very good analogy.
And
It really
everybody is just not doing it well. I'll give you that. There are some terrible New England IPAs out there, and they're on the cusp of really not even being a New England IPA.
Yeah.
It's almost like it's just a name to them.
Yeah, and it's just like hazy nonsense a lot of the time. But like to go along with that, my way of I don't know, rebelling is like going back to the West Coast and similar styles. So this kind of falls into that, even though it is more malty, and I guess that's why they called it a pale rather than a full IPA, because it has that 6.66 Hail Satan ABV. It's kind of heavy. It's approaching DIPA territory.
Yeah.
But if they didn't throw in enough hops to counteract that, that's why you get the balance that you do. Mm-hmm. You get the maltiness up front, and then the back end is hoppy, but it's not it's not resinous in any way. So yeah, I enjoy this beer a good bit.
Right on.
Not as much as Zombie does, but that's my caveat. Not as much as Zombie does.
Well, it's time.
Take a break.
Take a break.
Take a break.
Reload. Come back.
Okay.
Drink more
beers.
IPAs.
Yes.
As much as I said I do, I didn't.
First Sip Brew Box is a one-of-a-kind subscription service for craft beer lovers based right here in Pittsburgh. Every month, First Sip will send you a box full of craft beer enthusiast essentials, including t-shirts, glassware, and even food. Right now, our friends at First Sip Brew Box have an offer for you. Just sign up for a 3-month subscription and get your 4th month free. Just enter the code HOPUSA when you sign up at firstsipbrewbox.com. That's HOPUSA at checkout to get your 4th month free at firstsipbrewbox.com. Welcome back, Hop Nation. Segment 2 is coming at you right now. We got our bills paid with whatever it was that was between the break. I don't even think it was an ad.
It's First Sip. It's always First Sip.
We get paid in friendship.
That's right. And sometimes our stickers go out to Brazil.
Also
And,
true.
Possibly Argentina.
Argentina, I know Australia, New Zealand.
Yes, we've had a number of listens tick up from Australia and Argentina, so I can only assume they've got our sticker.
They got that first sip bump.
Yes,
Man, Hop Nation USA going global.
Yeah,
that was very much global.
Yeah.
Very
Yes.
global.
Yes.
Nice.
We've since you've been gone
Since you've been gone.
to quote Kelly Clarkson.
Thank you.
We've filled our entire USA map. So
Oh.
we have listeners in all 50 states.
Wow.
We have listeners in 6 of 10 Canadian provinces.
Wow.
We have listeners in 3 of 6 or 4 of 6 Australian. I don't know. I haven't followed. I don't know that map as well.
Wow.
Yeah. And all of North Africa.
Wow.
Yes.
Doing all right.
Wow.
We are doing all
Wow.
right.
Wow.
Yes.
Man, you guys are killing it. Killing it.
Yes.
I wonder if it has anything to do with me not being on the show as much. I mean, it seems like the upticks in listeners, especially around the world, has certainly gone up. I mean, we'll check it out this week. Now that
We'll see what happens.
Now that I'm back, if you see a drop in global listens, you'll know exactly what the common denominator is.
This will be a control week.
Yeah, exactly.
So
But-
we're talking bullshit beers.
Yes.
That's it.
Oh
Okay.
man! Hopefully the listeners up in the Boston area didn't hear that comment. Man, they're not going to be happy about this next one.
Well,
So
crack your fucking head, kid.
It's not about the breweries. It's not about the efforts of the breweries. It's about the style.
It's about Adam's tastes.
That's right. And they're being assaulted on this episode.
Yay!
Yay.
I love these episodes. They're so good.
So I'm here to introduce beer number 2 of this. It's a single, double, triple home run episode.
Hitting the cycle.
Yes. For this, we will be drinking a double IPA. And this double IPA comes to us from Woburn, Massachusetts, coming from the Lord Hobo Brewing Company. We got some of that boom sauce, kid.
Oh yeah, dog! Boom sauce coming at you.
I will not be participating in these shenanigans.
Shenanigans?
My Boston accent has gotten a lot better since I was on the show last.
No, no, it hasn't. Certainly has
I've
not.
been practicing in front of the mirror because I knew we were doing a Boston beer today.
You just ended mirror with a hard R.
I still got some work to do.
When you say mirror, you shouldn't hear any R's in that. You should do mirror.
You people are awful.
Yeah. This beer, though, is the Boom Sauce. It comes in at 7.8% alcohol and 78 IBUs.
That's a little more IBU-y than the last one.
Sure is. It is made with 6 varietals of hop.
Do we know what those are?
I know 3 of them.
Okay.
Because they add Mosaic, Falconer's Flight, and Amarillo at the end.
Oh, okay.
Yes. And it is a New England style beer crafted in New England.
That does make sense.
So even though I just spent a little bit of time shitting on New England style IPAs, here we are. Here I am introducing one.
But this is coming from the source,
This
man.
is proper, yes.
Right,
it's
like you
proper.
said, if it's a good one, it's a good one.
If it's a good one, it's a good one. It is also made with spelt oat and wheat, and that's probably going to give us a pretty solid haze
Hey, Hayes.
without opening the beer and looking at it yet, but here we go.
Boom, baby.
You've been waiting for that one, haven't you?
Oh, yeah. Boom sauce. We're booming in the sauce. Boom sauce. Booming in the sauce.
Sam, are you
Boom
angling
sauce.
to be the
Booming
musical
in the
guest
Yes.
on future episodes?
We'll be running this song on
Yes.
Sam's SoundCloud next week.
Exactly. I looked up the BK Nights or whatever that
Prom night.
Prom night.
Please don't disrespect our guests.
I looked up Prom Night on the break and I found one of his songs. That was one of them.
It was
and I
Boom Boom
singing it.
Sauce.
I got that boom boom sauce. No black eyed peas today.
No. So looking at this beer, it is a lot lighter in color.
A lot later.
Yeah, a lot
Very
lighter in color.
hazy. Very opaque.
Yes, very hazy, very
Can't see
opaque.
through it.
But it doesn't have a lot of shit floating around in it, so that's a good thing. I like so far.
You don't like the shit floating around
I
in
do
your
not.
beer?
I do not.
I don't
do
know.
not.
Oh, clearly you would not like the glitter panda.
Probably not.
No. Although right now I'm more concerned with the accent you're trying to pull here.
I don't know. I think I'm going to be done with accents for the rest of the show, at least until
Can you
segment
be done
3.
touching the mic with the rest of it?
Well, it depends where the third beer is from. I mean, we'll get to that in segment 3, but if it comes from a cool place, then maybe I could do one of their accents.
I'll give the audience a free tip. Yeah, could be an accent involved with the next beer too.
Oh, they're going to be listening then. We're not going to have any drop-off at listeners.
Not at all. They just got word that there's going to be more accent humor coming up.
We're getting the accent spike.
That's right.
All right.
Oh boy, accent humor. We sure do love it. But back to this beer. On the nose, this is much more exactly what I was expecting from the Alpha King. That's a lot of citrus hop on the nose.
It is.
It's really fresh too, though.
Pleases the nostrils.
Yes. Ooh. All right.
Now that is much more my style. Is that your style, Adam?
Nope.
Not surprising.
Boom. This is incredibly clean. Like, it
Yeah.
tastes very fresh, as if it was just canned yesterday. I know that it wasn't, but I mean, it drinks really smooth. It's very palatable. It's got a nice citra flavor to it. But to me, I mean, for a double IPA, the hops certainly aren't overpowering, but they're clean and they're balanced throughout. I mean, I'm gonna enjoy this one. That's for sure.
Yeah. I will say, like, it has a nice full mouthfeel to it as well. Like, we talk about how sometimes these beers are, like, pillowy. It's a little bit pillowy, but I think it's just more full.
So it's more of cushiony.
Yes. Yeah, this is a cushion for the pushing beer.
So with the hop, one of the things I look for on these beers is the residue, the stick-aroundedness.
Yeah.
This one sticks around a touch, but it kind of just walks out of the way.
Take a couple more sips.
Yeah.
Is it building?
It builds.
It builds.
Yeah, it builds.
It's like the residue is sticking on top of other residue, and it's just going to keep building in your mouth, which
So just-
I'm enjoying that, but you're not going to like it.
Great layers.
It's going to get worse for you with every sip you take.
It's called exponential. I learned that word working in a basement as a janitor.
What's wrong with you?
Good Will Hunting.
Yeah, have you ever seen that movie? It's with Ben Affleck, Matt Damon.
Mott Damon.
No, not Mark Damon.
No,
Matt. I was trying.
no.
That was my Boston accent. I was like, Matt.
No, but it sounded like you said Mott, as in Mott's applesauce.
I was gonna go with Mott the Hoople, but yeah.
Mott's applesauce.
I'm trying to draw it out a little bit more. You guys are just making fun of me. I'm working on the accents. I'm working on it.
We're
damn
sorry.
It.
That's right. Hone that craft, Sam.
We
If I'm
realize
trying to
it's a
get
work in
better, you
progress.
can't make fun of me. That's how it goes.
All right, I understand. We shouldn't criticize. We should
right.
only build up.
Encourage, please.
Okay, do fucking better. So while we wait for Sam to perfect his Southie,
Get good.
get good, I thought maybe we should talk a little bit. We touch on it a lot during the show, but we talk about charitable events and charity involving beer. But I thought maybe we could spend like a little bit of a segment talking about charitable beers, and that kind of got brought to my attention by me because last week when Brian was on, he brought us more beers from North Carolina that we didn't try on the show. Mm-hmm. And one of the beers he brought us was from a brewery called the Appalachian Mountain Brewery, and it was a long leaf IPA, which was West Coast IPA. So I enjoyed it.
I'm guessing Adam didn't.
No, Adam didn't even try it.
No.
These are beers. There were 2 West Coast IPAs left over, one from Noda and one from the Appalachian, and I just took them home because they'd just be
Right.
wasted on Adam, and they absolutely, you would have hated these beers.
Right. So a good choice then.
Yeah, but they're pretty good. Like the Appalachian one, I wrote a review. It's up on the website. You can check it out for their full review.
That HopNationUSA.com website.
Yes, it is. The Appalachian one is like super resinous and piney, so it wasn't even completely in my wheelhouse. But the Noda one was amazing.
Right on.
Hop, drop, and roll. Check it out, Sam, when you can.
No da.
Yeah. But back to what brought me to the charity part was the Appalachian Mountain Brewery. They focus a lot on charity as part of their ethos.
Okay.
So their brewery is built with sustainability in mind, and a lot of their beer sales go into giving back to the community, and specifically for Conservancy,
Okay.
because they're in the Appalachian area, so they're trying to conserve the trees,
Makes sense.
conserve the mountains, conserve the water.
Yeah.
So I thought that was a really good thing, and I just wanted to highlight that on the show. But on top of that, I wanted to get into some other charitable events going on, because we talk about them tangentially. Like we're talking about how Brewing Up a Cure is coming up on October 19th
Yes.
for cystic fibrosis. And
Well, the fight against cystic
yeah, yes, not force.
Thank you for clarifying, Adam.
Just making
Great
sure.
point.
And we were just at the North Hills Homebrew Fest for the Syria Shriners and the work they do for their children's hospitals. So one of the ones I wanted to talk about actually occurred last month in June, in Weldworks Brewery in Colorado.
Okay.
They held their Brewers Invitational, and they invited 47 breweries from around the country to come and show off their wares. And it was all in the name of just helping to build their own community in Greeley, Colorado.
Okay.
They wound up raising around $40,000 with the
Nice.
event. Yeah. So they, between $18,000 in just straight donations from people, and like $8,500 for their silent auction.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah, and then the event, it like all totaled up to about $40,000.
That's awesome.
They're able to donate to their community, and it went to things like a women's shelter and a refugee center and the United Way.
See, that's the kind of stuff that I like, where it stays in the community. It helps those around you, your neighbors.
Right.
That's what I can get behind.
And that's what it was. It went to benefit northern Colorado. How it ties to Pittsburgh and Pennsylvania, more specifically Western Pennsylvania.
Yeah.
Voodoo was representative.
Oh, very nice.
And Voodoo, they did a real brave thing, I will say.
Okay.
Just in the choice of beers that they took out. They took out 4 barrel-aged stouts, 12% and above, for mid-June.
That's bold.
Yeah. So they took out their real special reserves.
Man.
That's awesome, though.
It was like the barrel-aged Zangief and a couple other ones, like the Some Magic.
Okay.
Yeah, which is like a blend of Assumption and the Black Magic. Yeah. And they're all like 12%
Yeah, just-
above.
Just bringing howitzers out.
Yeah. Just cannons represented.
Man, that sounds delightful, and something that we'll probably never, ever, ever see here at a Pittsburgh Beer Fest, because Voodoo has been bringing the same 3 or 4 beers to Beer Fest for like the last decade.
They could give a shit about us. We're close enough to the taps. We should just go get
go
it.
there.
Yeah.
I guess so.
Can and have.
Yeah, when you're going out on the town, you have to impress people. So when you go to Colorado, you got to bring your guns.
That's right. You got to dress nice.
Yeah,
There's a few good craft breweries out there.
yeah, a couple,
one or
yeah,
two, yeah.
one or two.
Got some up and comers out there.
Some of the other breweries that showed up to that event that we enjoy include Burial, the Brewery, and Prairie.
Okay,
Just-
that sounds like the kind of place that you just need to go to.
So yeah, this one sounded pretty good, but I actually found another one that is
Oh.
better. And
Really?
still in Colorado.
I was gonna say, because Colorado with Burial and Prairie, that
Yeah.
has your name written all over it.
Yeah. And usually, yes, I would be there in a heartbeat, but this one is just a little bit bigger and a little bit better.
I'm gonna need an explainer here.
I will. So October 4th, there is another charity event coming up.
Okay.
And this is actually the 11th annual rare beer tasting
Okay.
for Pints for Prostates.
Yeah.
Again, it's not for prostate cancer.
Again.
Fight
for-
against.
It's fighting against. It's raising awareness against prostate cancer. But yeah, this has been going on for 11 years, and to tie it to the episode, Three Floyds will be representative.
Yeah, very nice.
Yes, they'll be bringing Dark Lord 2018.
Nice.
Yeah, I think this is like the 4th year they've participated. So it, like I said, it's 11 years running. So they change out the roster from time to time.
But the Hoosiers have been good and consistent.
Yes, to tie to Pennsylvania, Trogs, Weyerbacher, and Thirsty Dog. Even though that's Ohio, that's close.
That's close enough.
yeah,
Close enough. Akron's finest right there.
yeah. They've all participated. I believe it might have been 2 years ago. They had a barrel-aged 12 Dogs of Christmas.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
I've had that at the
I-
brewery before.
Yeah, I know you've had
Yeah.
that one, so you know what that one's about.
It's doggone good.
Oh, respect, Sam. Respect.
I like hesitated a little bit because
No.
I thought you were going to jump in and say that. But maybe it's because you haven't had the beer. So
You
I'm
gotta-
like, you know what? I'm swooping in.
I appreciate the commitment.
Get that in there.
Some of the other breweries that we recognize, Cigar City, Avery,
Yes.
Brewdog, Rheingeist, and because this is a rare tappings event, it's everything that's rare. So it's things that they only made once in the year.
Okay.
Hence, like Dark Lord 2018. There's only that one batch for it. It's not a year-round thing. I did find in the reading that there were 2 breweries. It only seemed like only 2 that have participated in all 11 years.
Okay.
Alaskan.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Okay,
Yeah.
fair enough. That's
This-
interesting.
that's the surprising
Wouldn't have guessed
one.
that.
Yeah, that's the surprising one. And then the less surprising one is Great Divide.
Yeah, that makes
Right.
sense.
Right,
It's
they're
Colorado.
right there in Colorado,
It's
so makes a lot of
it's
sense.
in Denver.
Oh, okay.
Right.
Yeah, they can walk the keg
Yeah,
down.
exactly.
They make a beer or two.
They make a beer or two. They make a rare beer or two. They make a big rare beer or two.
Yeah. I'm curious how Alaskan got involved in that so early and consistently.
Right. That's kind of interesting.
And that's not a knock against them and their beer. They make good
no,
beer.
No, they make good beer and they make a lot of wild beer too. So
But I'm just curious how that got.
why they're the only one that's 11 years running
Yeah.
with Great Divide.
Alaskan, hit us up. Let us
Yeah.
know.
I think Dogfish Head has also been there for the past number of years. But I think they might have missed a year or two. So they don't have all 11. But on top of everything else, Sam Adams will be there.
Okay.
Now, you know, some may be scoffing at the moment, but they will be bringing Utopias
That's what I thought you were going to
I
say.
figured they'd be bringing that.
aged on cherries.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
I've never even had one of those beers.
The Utopias? Neither have I.
It's a rare beer.
Oh, I know it is.
Yeah.
You guys want to hazard a guess what a ticket will run you, though, for this event?
Can't be cheap.
Yeah,
Nope.
I'd say $1.50
Oh, I was going to say, like.
for one. Well, was it just one day, or is it a whole weekend? Or
No, it's one day. The event is 12 to 4. You get a buffet lunch
Okay.
and a T-shirt. As well as all the other
And
accoutrements
unlimited
you normally
samples.
get.
Yeah.
I'll still stick with the $1.50.
I'll say $96.50.
$200.
Oh.
Yes.
Oh.
So I was closer.
You win this round.
Adam
Sam.
wins. Or Sam wins. Closest without going over, yes. $200 for the event, but again, it does go to charity.
Right, so that's
Yeah.
that makes it worthwhile right there.
And they give you a T-shirt, which I mean that's probably worth like $75-$80 right there.
And a buffet lunch.
The buffet
How
lunch.
often do you get buffet lunch?
Now,
at a
my-
food
Well, I
event?
hope it's a sushi buffet. Perfect for drinking rare beer.
Well, it's a buffet. It could be sushi and sliders.
Sushi sliders, we don't know.
Could be those. Who
Oh
knows?
man, we gotta go. We gotta see if those sushi sliders are there. I know Denver's all about those now.
So I certainly hope that the buffet line ran either before or after the event as well. That way it doesn't cut into rare beer time.
It's just always. I just assume the buffet is always. You think about stupid Pittsburgh Beer Fest in the winter, the Connoisseurs tent.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have food all the time.
Yeah. I need to go do that one time.
Well, do it next year. We'll come help Dennis like I did,
Yeah, that's a good point.
because then you can just drink specific beers and go get food, and you're not all ripped up at the end of the night.
I did the Connoisseurs tent one time. I just happened to score like a cheap ticket on Craigslist for that. It is worth it. I mean, they put some great beers in there, and they give you
yeah.
a lot of food.
How many
Yeah.
roses did it cost you?
Let's see, about 72 roses and 5 packets of seeds.
See, if you would have went this year, Adam, you could have had the CBS.
Yeah, but I had the opportunity to drink CBS earlier this year
Yeah.
on tap, and
Yeah.
I passed it up.
Well, I'm just saying it's there and it was available. So probably want to show up next year because they're not going to do CBS again.
For quite some time.
Yeah.
Right, for the foreseeable future.
Yeah. So go help Dennis at First Sip Brew Box.
Yeah. that's-
Help him out for the weekend.
I can do that.
Yeah. And then you get some crab cakes too.
It's a good ass idea.
Yeah, they had some good ass crab cakes. They had that platform chocolate banana thing.
That was delicious.
Yes. But let's come back to charity events.
Yes.
Charity events. So that's a pretty big event, and it's on the other side of the country. I have one. It's very local and hometown, and it very much appealed to me because of what the event is.
What is it?
It is a Tekken and beer pong tournament.
Now, okay. Full disclosure, and I want you to be truthful.
Yes.
Is this your event?
No.
Are you putting this on?
Yes, this is
No.
at Steve's house. You pay $20. You come in, you play check-in, beer pong, but it's BYOB.
No, it's not my event.
And do all the proceeds go to the human fund? Money for people.
Money for people.
Money for people who need money and people, or both.
No, unfortunately, this isn't my event yet. I may steal it. Nobody has a copyright on Tekken and beer pong. No, this event actually is benefiting Homewood's backyard market.
Okay. What?
So
the heck is that?
Homewood, neighborhood in town, and they have a backyard market where they feature homegrown vegetables as well as homemade, bits and bobbles.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, so
kind of like a farmer's market.
Right. So it's a community meeting place, and the event is to benefit and help it grow, help it stay active.
Okay.
Things like that. The event will be held on September 14th at the Level Up space.
Okay.
So what Level Up is, it's a kind of a community space for people to come learn about art, creative writing, and dance. Yeah, it's for helping youth, really.
Okay.
Is what that's for. But they're hosting the event.
It's a creative space.
It's a creative space, yeah, and it's for helping the youth. And it is going to be having their Tekken and Beer Pong tournament. It is $10 to sign up for the tournament. Mm-hmm. And the bullshit thing is, you can only sign up for one tournament.
What?
You can either play Tekken or play beer pong.
Oh,
Can't do both.
why? Why not $10 a piece?
I imagine because they run concurrently and they can't be waiting for somebody to finish up their shot to come fight fight martial law. But the winners of the tournament, either the beer pong or the Tekken, can walk home with a cool 50.
Oh.
So 10 to sign up, and you can win $50 cash in hand.
Get yourself a nice U.S. grant.
Yes.
Nice.
I will say, I was a little, at first when I heard about the event, I was pumped in that I was like, oh, I can win either.
Yeah.
But then I found out it's Tekken 2.
That's not your jam, is it?
It's not my jam because Brian Fury wasn't introduced yet.
Ah, okay.
So that's not my main. So I'd have to resort back to King or cheesing with Jack. So I might just stick to the beer pong if I go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Sam, are you good enough on the Tekken to take care of that and make it a Hop Nation sweep?
Sam's a Nintendo guy.
Heck no.
All right.
Give me Super Smash Brothers, Street Fighter 2, Street Fighter 2 Turbo, Super Street Fighter 2, or Mario Kart.
Or Burger Time.
Burger Time's hard.
How's your Mortal Kombat skills?
Very bad, but I was good at Killer Instinct.
Okay.
If you remember that knockoff.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Then that's another, SNES game. So we didn't get Killer Instinct on the Genesis.
No, you got Primal Rage.
Hell yeah.
That game sucked.
Yeah. Yes, it did. But we also had Mortal Kombat, and it had proper blood.
Yeah, not on the Nintendo one.
Nope.
That's the way it was, and we liked it.
That's how it goes.
But yeah, if you got those Tekken 2 skills, or if you got the beer pong skills, head on down to Level Up on the 14th, and you can help benefit the Homewood market.
Right on.
They should have done a Mario Kart tournament.
I'm sure that's around somewhere too. Or
That would be fun. 'cause
Go
it's
to
put
any
your-
college campus.
It'll put your chugging skills and your Mario Kart skills to the test.
here's what we do. We're not going to host the Tekken beer pong tournament.
Okay.
We're going to host a Mario Kart tournament
Okay.
with Sam, and then he takes home the prize money, and it just goes to us. It's a scam. It's a hustle.
That just pays for the venue.
Yeah, not only do we get to donate to charity, but we also keep the other money.
Everybody wins.
No, we win.
Like I said.
That's the point of a scam, Adam. We win, they lose, but everybody thinks they win.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's all about the mindset.
That's some real 3-card money shit. But for charity, we win. So yeah, those were the kind of the charitable things I came across. And there's we've always talked about other charity events, and like I said, we have the Brewing Up a Cure coming up on October 19th, and then also sometime in September we'll be hosting an event for the Beaver County Humane Society. We hosted it last year. We'll be doing it again this year.
Yes, it was a fantastic time, although I have word on the street that it'll be a little bit different this year.
Yeah, there's no beer at the event, and it will be at night. So dress up your dogs with lighted costumes.
Yes, laser dogs.
Laser dogs. I want to see some laser dogs, damn it.
So they can put the lasers on the dogs' heads.
Yes. I want to see dogs with friggin' lasers on their heads.
Is that too much to ask?
And shameless plug for myself and charity event that I'm going to be involved in. If we have any listeners out there in Arcadia, Wisconsin, and you find yourself at Ashley for the Arts this year, come see me and my wife slinging beers for charity there to raise money, not only for Wisconsin local charities, but also for some national charities as well. There's a whole list. You can find it on the website.
What is the website?
I think it's just ashleyforthearts.com.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
It's a country music festival, but I'm gonna go, and it's charity. It's for charity, and I'm gonna
Sounds
be
good.
serving beers to people. It's
Right
gonna be
on.
fun.
Sounds like you're getting in for free because you're slinging beer.
Yeah, exactly. I'm
Yeah.
volunteering.
Right.
I'm slinging
Makes
those
sense to me.
beers.
Exactly.
I'm gonna be helping out.
That's how you.
People like to drink and listen to country music, believe it or not.
Oh wow!
Hold on now.
I'm gonna be slinging lots of Miller out there.
Hold on now. This is some fucking news, kid. This is late breaking.
Country music and beer go hand in hand in the field in the middle of nowhere.
Well, you know what else goes hand in hand? Dropping your R's and drinking the boom sauce,
kid.
kid.
Booming that sauce, kid. I'm gonna give some more to Adam.
Okay. I'll,
Hey, you need to drink a little more to
I'll
give your
drink
final,
it. Yeah, I don't care.
give your final results on this.
I'm not upset at this beer.
Okay. Okay. So, I guess improvement from the last beer.
I
Is
think
that-
so.
Okay.
I think so. But part of it might be because I only had a little bit, and like you guys were saying that there were layers of the hop residue.
Yeah.
And that's kind of gone away. So
Okay.
I'm willing to try it again.
Okay. Okay.
So it's a serviceable beer for people that are not into the IPA scene.
Okay.
I get it.
Would you call it a gateway or?
No.
Okay.
Absolutely not.
Okay. Just wondering. I don't know where you stood on it.
That's interesting. I don't know if I'd even say it's serviceable for those not. Well, maybe it's serviceable for those not in the IPA scene. But I mean, the more you drink it, I'm just sip after sip. I can just get that nice hoppy, resiny flavor, like just lingering around. Which I would think that, I don't know if someone who wasn't a hophead or didn't enjoy this style of beer would really like that.
I don't think it's a gateway beer, like Adam said. It's.
Oh, he said it wasn't a gateway beer.
No. I said I'm
Yeah.
agreeing with him, and he said it wasn't a gateway, and I'm agreeing with you, and you said it's not for anybody who's not a hophead.
Right.
It's too complex, and it builds on itself way too much. But boy, oh boy, that when you kind of reach peak boom, you get a lot of nice resinous, and it's not piney, but it's citrusy.
I will give it that. It does have a good, citrus side to it.
Yeah.
So if you're looking for something to like about it, it does have some good citrus notes to it.
Yeah. It doesn't have the malty character that the Alpha King did, but it is more full than the Alpha King, if
Right.
that makes sense. It's more full on the mouthfeel.
I
so.
know exactly what you're saying
Yeah.
on that.
Well, it makes sense to you. I don't know if it makes sense to the audience.
Well, that's because I drank it. So
Right.
You drank it. Maybe they did. Maybe they didn't.
maybe they drank along.
Maybe. I hope.
Maybe they found a boom sauce in the back of the beer fridge.
Hopefully. Hopefully they paused the episode as soon as they heard Boston accents and they're like, oh, I got this.
I know what's coming.
And if you have any Trillium, send it to the show. We'll drink it on here. Or I'll just steal it.
Shoot your
Drink
shot,
it by
Sam.
myself.
Shoot your shot. Always shoot your shot. Shoot your shot 2019.
You miss 100% of the shots you don't take, Adam.
That's
Just
right.
remember.
Wayne Gretzky.
Just hope somebody from New England is listening and they enjoy accent humor. And
They can help me on my accent, too. They can come to
Right.
Pittsburgh. I'll take them to Dance and Gnome. They'll give me some Trillium. We'll work on our accents together. They can work on the Pittsburgh accent.
Right.
I'll work on the Boston accent. It'll be just a brand new friendship.
Okay, all
Yeah.
right. I believe it is time to reload, re-up,
Yes.
get back for segment 3.
Yes.
We'll be back.
More accents.
Yay!
I feel like a fool, such a fool, fucking fool.
I'm Don Wrinkle, and everybody's got a podcast. And if you're gonna listen to one, Import Taste is the way to go, because it's very greasy.
This is Bill Lawyerson to tell you that In Poor Taste is the podcast you should listen to if you want to get sued.
I'm Big Jim, here to say if you listen to In Poor Taste, Guess we'll give you a Christmas handy.
It's in poor taste. It's definitely not a comedy podcast.
And it's definitely not educational.
It is definitely Australian.
Stop asking.
Hello, I'm a Giorgio Casadoro, and this is my brother.
Fativa.
Come on down, in poor taste, or we take you back and polish your jewels.
That's us.
South Hills, Pittsburgh.
Born and raised.
Listen to Import Taste on the Podsberg Network. www.podsberg.com/importtaste for all of your edutainment podcast needs.
If you guys said they were fun.
You're here. We're talking IPAs. Our first segment, we had a single pale ale.
Mm-hmm.
Segment 2, we had ourselves a double IPA.
Mm-hmm.
So it's only fair. We've hit our single. We've hit our double. It's time for the most difficult of them all, the triple.
Level up.
Time to level up.
Yeah, see? Tie it back to the last segment.
Nicely done. Nicely done. So we have ourselves a triple IPA.
Oh, baby, a triple.
We have ourselves a triple. And this is coming from the good people of Flying Monkey.
Flying Monkeys.
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 Yes, there is more than one.
Yes.
They are at 107 Dunlop Street in Barrie, Ontario. That is in Canada. That is on the planet Earth in the Milky Way, which is in the universe, which is in infinity.
Yes, that is a very good Douglas Adams
Yes.
description of their location.
Yes.
Now describe the beer.
So, the beer. It is the Sparkle Puff. Galaxy Starfighter, Defender of the Universe.
Uh-huh.
It is 10.2% ABV.
Oh, yeah.
37 IBUs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Really?
37.
37 for a triple?
37.
They must be measuring them differently. It must be measuring it against, like, the actual triple malt that's in there.
Yeah.
Maybe. Yeah.
37. Try not to have any hops on your way through the parking lot.
I was going to say, man. That's way less than the first beer.
Yes, and they are exploring realms of deep, dank space with the rule of 3 in its DNA. Sparkle Puff launches with a payload of smashed summer peaches, 4 cushions of fierce, malty fluff behind a force field of hops. 3 times dry hopped, triple the hop flavor, and thrice the aroma. The 10.2% ABV of this unfiltered adventure glimmers with the epic glory of Sparkle Puff, Galaxy Starfighter, Defender of the Universe.
Hooray! And for those wondering, you can't see the visual at the moment, but the can is a kitty cat with rainbow laser eyes and wings.
Yes, wings that to me are reminiscent of Aerosmith wings.
Yeah, those are a bit Aerosmith wings, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But that is who Sparkle Puff is.
There you go.
Yes.
Or flying monkey wings.
But they could also be flying monkeys' wings.
Yes.
Normal is weird, extra strong beer. This can has a lot of text on it.
Yes. Mm-hmm. It's got a lot of text. It's got a lot of colors.
It seems really gimmicky, but we're going to find out if it's any good.
It's a triple
Yes.
IPA.
So the pride of Barrie, Ontario, also the home of the Barrie Colts. That's a OHL team.
Wow.
We'll see if
Your sports knowledge of small, unknown teams expands vastly more than I could ever expect.
I'm sorry.
I'm complimenting you.
They are in the same league as the Erie Otters. Watching
Okay.
them growing up in college.
Huh. Okay.
That, of course.
I guess that makes sense, being that close.
Right. They that is the home team of Connor McDavid.
All right.
Not the Barrie Colts, but the Erie Otters.
Right. Okay.
So little sports there for you.
Well, facts.
There you go, there, Normie.
All right. On to Sparkle Puff.
Yes.
So this beer is a little bit darker than the Boom Sauce. It has a bit of a deep yellow to it. Almost, I would say, goldenrod for your Crayola 64.
It's got floaters. I assume that's the sparkles.
There's a lot in there.
Not actual glitter.
hold this up to the light and look under the glass. There's definitely a decent amount of shit in there.
The technical term around here is schmutz.
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 We got schmutz.
Schmutzy shitsy.
Oh, yeah, you got a lot of schmutz in there.
Oh, yeah.
Hey.
Oh,
Don't
yeah.
you know?
Hey, it's time for the accent
Hey,
humor.
there it is. All right.
Now we get to talking to our best Canadian voices. Hey.
What?
No,
is
you
how they
know,
talk
he
in
got pretty
Vancouver.
close with that one. Yeah, that one actually isn't so bad. He got there pretty close.
Not too bad, eh?
Must have taken the rap for
You know, he's more of the mid-country, not so much, Ontario.
the Saskatchewan.
Yes,
Yeah,
Saskatchewan.
he's got the Saskatchewan.
Anyways, back to the Pride of Barrie.
Smelling it, there's good smell on it.
Yeah.
You can definitely smell the peaches in this one.
Yeah.
Big peach notes.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, the deeper you sniff it, you get a lot of deep peach notes into it, but it still has a good bit of citrus as well.
Deep Peach Notes, band name, called it.
Smells like Georgia.
I feel like Deep Peach Notes would open for the Cranberries.
Oh, yeah.
Deep Peach Notes also might be the name of a Presidents of the United States of America cover band. Because of peaches.
Yes. You don't want to lump them together.
Oh, my
Whoa.
shit. You know, that one was pretty funny.
That was a good one, eh?
He was sitting there thinking to himself, and he says, am I not going to send it? Oh, no, I'm just going to send it. So, yeah, drinking on this, there's a lot of peach flavor in that.
Yes, there is. I'm okay with this one.
Honestly, I'm not surprised that you like this one because of how fruity it is. The low IBUs, comparatively, especially because it is a triple. I will say it has a little bit of a boozy burn on the back.
A little bit.
Little tiny bit.
I'm okay with that, though.
You can tell it's a big beer.
It is. But I would much rather have that boozy burn than the hop residue. Personal opinion.
This reminds me of one of those like epic brainless beers. I'm trying to remember if they ever did a brainless on peaches. I think that they did.
I think they did,
and
yeah.
that sort of tastes like this.
It has like a lot of that big peach flavor. It just kind of washes up on you, and the hops I think are still there. They're kind of on the back end. It's a little citrusy on the back end, but that's not the star of the show.
Right.
The star is this is a big peach beer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree. I don't know. If I drank this without looking at the can, without someone telling me what type of beer it is, I mean, I wouldn't guess that it's a triple IPA. I would probably say a peachy Belgian style beer that's a little extra boozy. I don't know. It just doesn't taste like an IPA. But with I really found the 37 IBUs hard to believe when you read that, Adam. But now I totally get it. That's probably about all there are here, because this is not very hoppy, but it's got a lot of flavor and it's very enjoyable. And I'm gonna keep drinking it.
Yeah. I don't feel like I would call it triple IPA, but I maybe would have called pale.
Yeah. It's definitely triple because of the malts.
Yeah, I would have called
No doubt about it.
Right, yeah, it's a triple because of the malts, and I mean that's always the definition.
Right.
But the flavor is, I don't know, I would call it like halfway point between what you would think is a traditional IPA and those decadent Wild 'N Outs.
Yeah.
Because I still get a little bit of hop aroma and I still get a little bit of hop flavor, whereas those decadent dippas that are complete nonsense.
Yeah.
Like you taste
sugar bombs.
Yeah, you just taste nothing but adjuncts and pastries and silliness.
This does not go quite that far.
No, it doesn't go quite that far. It's still in the realm of like something you would normally taste, but it's just a little bit bigger because everything else is jumped up.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I like it.
Otherwise, yeah, I like it too.
I can dig upon it.
Could deal without it, all that floaty around shit, but
That's all right.
Whatever, just drink it. You can't taste it. It just goes down with the beer.
I just want to. I'm worried about what the bottom of the can is going to look like.
It'll have some shit in there.
He's just worried about what he's putting in his body.
That's right.
He is a health nut.
Exactly.
It'll have some sparkle puff down in
Steel
there.
Reserve pickle juice.
Health nut.
Health nut. All right. Well, we're all enjoying this beer, so we don't really have to decide too much. The only big decisions will be where they all go on the podium at the end. But while we figure that out, let's play not so much a game, but let's just have a little bit of fun.
Sure.
Over the weekend, last weekend, if you're listening to this on a Friday, there was the San Diego Comic-Con.
Heard of it.
And the big thing about Comic-Con anymore is not so much comic books.
No.
But comic book movies. And movies in general. A lot of studios take the time to roll out their trailers and tell everybody what's coming up. And things like Top Gun 2, their trailer got released.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah.
Yeah, it did.
But I know I saw the trailer for that movie. Looks absolutely fantastic. It's probably going to be the best movie ever made.
Probably not, but that's cool.
Everybody knows that's Days of Thunder.
Neither you are correct. Yeah, some of the other movies were like Terminator, and then obviously Marvel came out and they had a big panel and they announced Phase 4 for all of the movies that they plan on shoving down our throats between now and 2021.
Give us money.
Give us money.
$1 billion at least for each film.
Yes. Everything makes $1 billion now.
Yeah.
But what we want to do with this segment is I tasked you guys with the goal of making a beer that you can market alongside these movies coming out, because beer is popular and most of the people who watch these movies anymore are adults. So they will want to buy beer. And I said, pick a movie that kind of got debuted at San Diego Comic-Con. Didn't have to be a Marvel movie, but if that's what you pick, that's what you pick. But yeah, so, you know, what did you guys throw out there? And at the end, you know, we'll put up a poll on the Twitter to say whose beer you think is the best. Who's doing the best job at marketing a movie?
Who done good?
Who done good? So anybody want to go first, or?
Doesn't matter to me.
Go for it, Sam.
I can go first. All right, so here's what I am doing. So my creative juices were flowing when you asked me to put this together. So first, I had to look up what the hell was even released at Comic-Con, because I couldn't even tell you the last time I actually watched a movie, let alone a Marvel movie. Actually, I take that back. I did see Captain Marvel, which I do like Brie Larson, so that was great. Anywho. So looked up, saw what came out, and I realized that they released a new Thor movie, or they're going to release a new Thor movie in Phase 4, which what I didn't realize is he's the only Avenger to get 4 solo movies. Like 4 movies around him.
Yeah.
I just wouldn't have guessed he would have been the first character of all the Marvel characters to get 4 movies. So that being said, I decided that I would choose the Thor Love and Thunder movie to build my beer around.
Okay.
So, in the spirit of any great craft breweries these days, I figured that with a movie this big and with a series this big, we couldn't just have one beer. It just isn't enough.
Makes sense.
So
Makes sense.
what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a series of beers leading up to the release of the movie.
Oh.
And it's going to be a year out. There's going to be 12 beers in the series.
Wow.
Yeah,
Okay.
so
All right.
we're going big, right? Because we got to really amp up for this film. So what we're going to do is we're going to alternate between the categories of love and thunder. And one beer is going to be released every month leading up to the release of the film. So just like, let's say, a Dancing Gnome Bird series, right?
Right.
We get a new taste every month. So I don't have all the beers pegged for this yet, but I came up with a couple ideas here. So the love beers are going to be, tamer beers, maybe a softer style, lower in ABV.
Session IPAs with a lot of fruit.
Yeah, something like that. Except, interestingly enough, I didn't come up with any session IPAs for this, believe it or not.
Oh,
so
interesting.
So the first thing I thought about is, what do I think of first when I think of the movie Thor? And that is, of course, what everybody thinks about, Natalie Portman. So
Yeah, everybody. I mean, granted, she's going to be a big part of this new movie.
Exactly.
But
and that being said, I have to dedicate the first couple love beers to her. So given that she's changed her hair color a couple times over the years for different film roles, maybe not necessarily in the Thor movies, we're going to brew 2 beers based on her hair color. One is going to be a strawberry blonde ale, very tame, and then also a hazelnut brown, in favor of one of her other hairstyles. And then the third one in the love series, and this is just a complete ripoff of Brewdog, but we're going to brew a hazy jade. So it's going to be a hazy pale ale.
Right on.
We're literally ripping that off, but because her name is Jane in the films, we're going to brew a hazy jade.
Okay.
Because I like hazy beers. Her name is Jane, so it just fits. So we're taking that from Brewdog.
And they put their recipes out there with the DIY Brewdog.
That's true. You can just...
Yeah.
Yes, we're
just
stealing,
take that and then add
the
fruit
recipe,
to it or something.
We're stealing the name. We're just gonna rob them of this.
Yeah.
And then I also thought of something cool. We're gonna do an old world Asgardian ale.
Ooh.
So yeah, that's gonna be more of like a traditional old world German style beer.
Or you could do like an old world Sati, or you can also do a braggot. These are other styles. I'm just.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
I mean, they're all old style.
Right.
Well, there's
Old
a couple.
country way.
I don't have any more under the love category, so I do need a couple more if I'm
Okay.
going to make this happen.
I mean, we
So-
can help you round out. I mean, you took on
Yeah.
a big task of 12 beers
Right,
for.
and I got to talk to Disney about this. I got to get the rights to something, or at least the rights to use the characters' names and the Marvel and Thor logos and all kinds of shit in
Yeah.
this beer.
Well,
So we got to talk to Disney first about all this, but we're gonna get them. We'll get
Yeah.
there.
And it's fine. Like, you can pitch this to Disney, and the nice thing about Disney is that they have a Ballast Point in Disneyland.
That is very true.
Oh, do they? I
That's
didn't
your
know
jumping off point.
Yeah. So you can just brew all of this at Ballast Point.
Interesting. Mm-hmm. I like where this is going. This makes all the sense in the world.
It's
So
all
it
set
can be a
up.
collaboration with Ballast Point and Sam. So the love beers, they'll Ballast Point Sam.
Ballast Point, Sam Thor.
two of the best friends that have ever lived. So, yeah, we're gonna alternate out every other month with the love beers, and in between we'll do the thunder beers, right? So a couple ideas that I had for this is we're gonna do a black as night coffee stout. These are gonna be darker, heavier, and we're gonna make that with Ragnarok coffee.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, because
okay.
there's
There you
really
go.
good coffee there. If folks listening have not heard it, or
Yeah.
have not heard it, have not tried it, Ragnarok makes some killer coffee. We're gonna do a Hammer Time triple IPA, so we're gonna get something big and boozy with a ton of flavor. We're going to do a wee heavy Hulk smash. I'm not even sure if Hulk's in this new movie, but he was in the last one.
Right.
So, that counts.
Counts.
And then my absolute favorite, we are going to be doing and introducing, and the brewery that I'm collaborating with on this doesn't even know it yet. We're doing a Loki Lustra, and it's going to be a collab with Dancing Gnome because they have their Lustra series of beer. They love the Marvel movies because everybody loves the Marvel movies. They like collaborating with people. They're going to collaborate with me. We're going to make Loki Lustra, and we're going to make $1 billion just like one of these movies. So those are my wonderful ideas on how I am going to help Thor: Love and Thunder become the biggest Thor movie yet, and drink a lot of great beer in the process.
All right.
So that's what I got.
I did find it interesting that he went with Dancing Gnome. That's unsurprising.
Okay.
But he didn't mention Full Pint and the White Lightning.
I know.
Oh man,
I know we're filling out a roster, so maybe
that's good.
Maybe you brew one of these Thor beers at a different brewery each time.
There could be multiple collaborations going here. That's fine.
My other alternative would have been the Thunder Hop.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
So there you go. There's another one.
Yeah.
See, I was just trying to make up my own or steal from other breweries.
That means that we're getting a cut of that $1 billion.
Yeah,
Just so you know.
Yeah, you can have a cut. I'll give you each $10. That's fine.
Hop Nation USA joins Phase 4. Who? Who?
Official podcast of Phase 4 Marvel movies.
Yeah, fuck you, Collider. It's us now. Take a seat, Screen Rant. I don't know if they have a podcast.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
We're stealing movie poop shoot back from Kevin Smith. We're gonna reopen that website.
Huh. Funny that you mentioned that.
Speaking of movies coming out soon.
Speaking of moviepoopshoot.com. So the movie I chose to make a beer for and market is Jay and Silent Bob Reboot.
Okay, can I just say that was not a planned segue. I had no idea.
I didn't tell you. Yeah, I didn't
doing
you.
that.
I was
You
doing
didn't
that
tell
one.
me, and I literally I didn't even see
good
I didn't even see your paper. I literally
Extra
just
good
came up
segue.
with that.
Extra good.
Extra good segue. But yeah, they part of San Diego Comic-Con. They released the trailer to the new Jay and Silent Bob movie. And it's basically rehashing the plot of Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back.
Okay.
But it's done in a funny way. So Jay and Silent Bob Reboot, they have to once again travel to Hollywood to stop a movie being made about them.
Okay.
And the Blunt Man and Chronic film.
Yeah.
It's being remade.
And the Blunt Man and Chronic film is being made into a gritty reboot.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, so they have to go stop it, and just throughout the trailer, it's everybody, like everybody who's ever been in a Kevin Smith film seems to be in it. I guess the added twist to this is if you remember Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back, Jay was hooking up with Shannon Elizabeth's character, and so in this movie they reveal that they actually had a daughter.
Okay.
So he's also got to take her across the country as well.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
There's the twist.
There's the twist. But yeah, so everybody's a bit older now, but it's still full of dick and fart jokes, and it looks very funny. But because everything is very weed centric in these movies, I decided to not necessarily do a beer, but to do one of those fancy, trendy new cannabis infused beers that are non-alcoholic, but they have a dose of cannabis in them.
Right on.
So yeah, that's the base. We're gonna start with a 10 milligram dosed beer.
I have no idea if that's a lot.
I don't either. It could be a lot, but it could also not be a lot.
It's usually the upper end of what you get. Lagunitas, they offer a 5 milligram and a 10 milligram.
Gotcha.
So we're gonna do a 10 milligram.
Okay.
But then we're also gonna make it vegan because Kevin Smith has turned vegan since his heart attack that almost killed him. He's even though he lost a bunch of weight, he still had a heart attack, and then he lost even more weight by turning vegan. So he looks in really good shape.
Right on.
Yeah, good for him.
Yeah.
And so for that, we'll make it a vegan beer just to make sure. I don't know how often gelatin finds its way into the beer making process outside of home brewing.
Outside.
I know in home brewing we do
right.
to clear up our beers, but I feel like they have better processes. But
they do.
We'll make sure the beer's vegan. We'll also include things like lemongrass and kale, just to make it trendy and highfalutin in that way. The things vegetable eaters like.
Vegetable eaters.
I also decided, tying it back to segment 1, we all know how boba tea is trending, and now boba tea beer is trending. So this beer will also be served as a boba tea.
Oh, very nice.
On top of everything else.
Very nice.
But you have to go through the entire process of making it a beer, and then de-alcoholizing the beer, and then dosing it with THC, and then adding it to the boba tea. But that's how you make it trendy in California, because that's what the whole entire show's about.
Nice.
It's all about going to California and stopping the damn movie. I did come up with a name for this beer, too.
Okay.
And I believe it ties back to the roots of Clerks very well. And every can will come with this black shoe polish written on it, and it's called "I Assure You We're Dopin'."
Nice. Nice.
That's good. Assure you we're doping.
I assure you
That's
we're
clever.
doping. Just written in black shoe polish.
Right.
Yeah.
The official beer of Method Man and Red Band.
Man, after I saw that trailer, so Method Man and Red Man show up in the trailer.
Oh, okay.
For anybody who hasn't seen it.
I have not.
And I saw it and I was like, oh man, How High was so fucking funny. And then I went back and I watched How High, and it's still kind of fucking funny, but it's not so.
Right.
It didn't age well.
Gotcha.
Yeah, but it was still pretty funny.
It still had its moments.
Yeah, it's still
Nice.
pretty funny. So Adam,
So, yes.
how are you marketing?
Not necessarily how am I marketing, but first of all, what am I marketing? I am marketing the pride of fall of 2021, Hawkeye.
Okay.
Hawkeye.
Yeah,
the other guy.
Yeah, the other guy.
The other
Oh,
guy.
is he getting his own movie?
He is in the fall of 2021.
Is it a movie or a show?
It is a
okay.
full-blown movie.
Okay.
Feature film.
Feature film for that Hawkeye.
Yes. And just like all the other films, you got to bring somebody else in, bring in the new kids.
Yeah.
So he has a protege, Kate Bishop.
Yeah, she's been in the comics for a while.
She's been in the comics, and I believe she made a brief debut in Endgame.
Not that I remember.
Okay. Maybe not. I don't know. I never saw the movie.
Yeah, but I did,
Okay.
I don't remember.
That's what I read on the internet. And everything on the internet is true.
Oh, okay. There might have been some sort of reference that I didn't catch.
Maybe.
Because I don't know the Kate Bishop character that well.
I don't either,
myself.
but she's there.
Okay.
So how we're going to market it is similar to Sam. We're going to have a series, although we're not going to have it as big. We're only going to have 3 or 4.
Okay.
And it's going to be a flight. Is how it's going to be served.
Aha.
You get it?
Okay,
Because of the arrows.
Aha. And the hawk.
and
And
the
the
hawk.
bird. There's a
Yeah.
The
lot
eye.
of themes.
Yeah.
Your eye flies like a flight.
This guy gets it. So what we're going to make is we're going to be making an American Pale Ale. And why are we using an American Pale Ale? Simply because it is a style that is, while popular, still kind of gets lost in the crowd a little bit.
Okay.
Because pale ales are obviously very, very popular with the IPAs, the double IPAs, the triple IPAs. We have a whole episode dedicated to it.
Yeah.
Right now.
Right.
However, it is not the love child of the New England IPAs.
No.
It is not the star of the show like the West Coast IPAs used to be.
Right.
It's just they're kind of just grinding along.
Yeah, they're the third line.
Right. Support staff.
Yeah, they're the third line grinders.
Exactly.
They're the Matt Cooks of the world.
And that's what Hawkeye is. Hawkeye is Matt Cook.
Yeah. Fuck yes.
Awesome. That means I have a Hawkeye jersey from the Winter Classic.
Yeah.
What, you have a Matt Cook jersey?
From the Winter Classic. I do. It's probably the only one still in existence. I still wear it.
Only one sold.
I still wear it sometimes because I don't have any current players.
Neither do I.
So I wear
They
Matt
all
Cook.
got sold off.
I got a Malkin.
Oh, that's a classic, though.
Yeah.
It'll never go out of style.
No.
So it's an APA, but obviously, since it's a flake, we need to have some,
Right.
we need to have some varieties. The first variety is going to be a jalapeno APA.
Spicy.
Because it's going to be a sharp shooter.
Okay. I was thinking fire arrows, but yeah.
Fire
sure.
arrows? Oh, damn it. Okay. All right, I want to change mine.
I mean, it's just like Hawkeye's quiver has a thing for every occasion. So
Right, exactly. So the next one is going to be a nice raspberry APA.
Okay.
Because I like to assume that he's going to have an arrow that has this little tiny suction cup on it. So it doesn't really hurt you.
So I think you're a raspberry.
Gross.
That's probably like a 1960s Hawkeye.
Yeah.
Like when there wasn't a lot of violence in the
Right,
comics.
you couldn't put that in the actual panels.
Right, he just shot a suction cup. Let's cross the building, fellas.
So the last one that we're going to have is an American Pale Ale, and I'm not sure how we're going to do this, but it's going to be a 0.0% ABV Pale Ale.
Okay.
Reason being is, like I had mentioned earlier, it's kind of gonna just disappear.
Okay.
It just falls into the background. It disappears, goes away for like half the movie.
Like its family did in Endgame.
Right. I think that's a spoiler. I have no idea.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean anything
But
to me.
who cares? Endgame's been out forever. It just surpassed Avatar as the most profitable movie.
Mm-hmm.
So if you haven't seen Endgame, you're an ass. I don't care. It's
Green
been out
Zoe.
long enough.
Green
haven't
Zoe
seen
beat
it.
Blue Zoe.
Yeah. It's been out long
Adam
enough.
didn't see it. I didn't see it.
You're fine then.
We're
You're okay.
We're asses.
Yes, you're all asses.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's fine.
I never even saw Infinity War.
Exactly.
I'll get over it.
Yeah, you'll get over it. You won't even remember what I was talking about.
No.
By the time you see Endgame, you'll go, oh, nah.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
But yeah.
So that is our small series for Hawkeye.
Mm-hmm.
And here's what's going to happen. Sam had fantastic beers. Steve had fantastic beers. I had okay beers, which means you're going to forget about mine, just like Hawkeye.
Here's the thing, Adam. You're throwing a lot of shade Hawkeye's way.
Yeah.
It's kind of deserved and like
A little bit.
But if you watched Endgame, you know he has a bit of he plays a bit of a role.
He has a redemptive arc.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they might just have been waiting until the right moment to give him his own film. Because Black Widow's getting one too, and
That
I
is
think
correct.
Scarlet Witch is getting a show.
Scarlet
With
Witch
the
is
Vision.
Well, Scarlet Witch is both getting a show with the Vision, and she's going to be in Doctor Strange too.
Oh my God!
Yeah.
How do you even keep track of all this shit?
You don't.
And
You
it's
don't.
just there's so much intertwined. It's amazing yet confusing at the same time.
Yeah.
I gotta get the name right.
Yeah. Full name.
Yes.
Proper.
The Sparkle Puff Galaxy Starfighter Defender of the Universe. Triple IPA.
Yes. I enjoyed this beer a whole bunch. There's a lot of big flavor in it, and it's pretty easy drinking. You still can tell that it's a big beer, though.
Oh, yes. And I must say, I can appreciate them combining a big beer with peaches. To me, that seems like an odd combination. A nice fruit like peach, but then a big ABV of 10.2. But they pulled it off. I like it. I'm digging it.
For sure.
Yep, I would agree with all of that is said. This is enjoyable. Compared to some of the other triple IPAs I've had, it's, I don't know, it's not necessarily up there with all of them. But it's above some, it's below some, and it's right there, I guess, in the middle in terms of my AAA spectrum. AAA. Oh my God, triple IPA spectrum. So yeah, I liked it. The peach flavor was great. It's kind of a nice change of pace, actually. It had a boozy flavor on the end, but it was a good boozy flavor. I think the flavors blended well together. Can was probably the best part, and that's not a knock on the beer. It's just an amazing can. A lot of great stuff on the can. A lot happening, and yeah, I don't know. It was good stuff. The one thing that is kind of weird though is that it does say in the description that it's 3 times dry hopped. So I just thought it'd be a little hoppier, but whatever. You can't win them all.
Mm-hmm. Doesn't say how much they hopped it with.
That is true.
Right. Yeah.
One hop pellet for you. One hop pellet for you. One hop pellet for you.
Blunk. Yeah, I kind of agree. I would have expected at least more on the aroma from dry hopping, but oh well.
It's all right.
What ifs?
So I think it's time to take it to the podium.
The podium.
The podium. The
Yeah.
podium of the podcast. Who wants to go first? I think this podium might be interesting.
I'll go first.
Okay.
So in the bronze medal position, I'm going to put the Alpha King by Three Floyds. To me, that was the least enjoyable of the three. Obviously, for anybody who has never heard the show, if you haven't picked up on it by now, I am not a fan of hops and IPA, and so this was a torturous episode for me. But damn it, I got through it. But the Alpha King, it just didn't do anything for me compared to the other two, so it goes into bronze medal position. In the silver medal position, the Lord Hobo Boom Sauce. That goes there. It was a little more enjoyable. I thought it was a little better balanced, and it was just a little bit better than what the Alpha King was. But in the gold medal position, I have to go with the Flying Monkeys, the pride of Barrie, Ontario, the Sparkle Puff Galaxy Starfighter, Defender of the Universe, their triple IPA. I didn't think that a triple IPA was going to be in the gold medal position for me, but then when I found out that it was 37 IBUs, it had a fighting chance, and it won. I liked the high ABV on it, combined with the peaches. I thought it was a good beer. Of the three, this is definitely the one I would grab, and it has nothing to do with the can art, even though it has fantastic can art. Although, honestly, all three of them have good can art. Yeah, I like the looks of all three of them. All three of them are lookers.
All three are good lookers, and they're all three informative.
Mm-hmm. Agreed.
That's important. So I'll go next because I think Sam might have some surprising ratings.
Okay.
I am going to put the Alpha King in bronze as well. And I'll just say it right now, like, all three beers are great. I'll drink any of them anytime I can. I just felt like the Alpha King, it's a little more simplistic. It's a little lighter on everything else. Because it's just a pale ale, the citrus notes are a little lesser than these other two beers that we had. And that's all it comes down to, is just like the other two beers are just a little bit more flavorful. And that's it. Like I said, I already said, the Zombie Dust is, by far I feel more flavorful and better than the Alpha King. So that's kind of where the comparison is. Mm-hmm. If the Zombie Dust was on the show, that probably would be silver for me. Or even gold. Who knows? Got to compare. But silver this week is going to go to the Flying Monkeys, Sparkle Puff, Defender of the Universe, the Galaxy Starfighter. It's a really flavorful beer. It's also a really big beer. I like it a lot. The one thing I don't like, though, is there's just a lot of schmutz coming out at the end. There's just so much scum coming out of this can towards the end.
How do you even know that? There's still shit in the can.
I know, but
there's still tasty, delicious beer in here.
That's how I know how much. That's how I know how much scum is in there, because scum is already coming out and there's still stuff left. Like, this beer went from semi-clear to completely hazy.
Yeah,
like it's completely opaque orange juice by the time you get to the end, if you just don't roll it correctly, and that's the one thing the can didn't tell you to do.
That's true. That's a very good point. I didn't see any instructions on there on how to drink it.
Yeah,
or how to prep it or anything like that.
Nobody warned us. This is full of garbage. If you don't like, so I'm always turned off by that. I don't like it. I just feel like you should be able to, I don't know, do it without making a scummy, yeasty beer. You should be able to do it without doing that. It's not cool. And that's especially true because we had the Lord Hobo, which is a New England style IPA, and those beers are notorious when they're poorly made to have yeasty boys floating around in them. But the Lord Hobo didn't. The Lord Hobo was nice and clean all the way through. And I like that beer more than the other two because I felt like it achieved a lot more flavor with a lot less. The Sparkle Puff had to up itself to a triple IPA and throw in a bunch of peaches and everything to achieve like big flavor. Lord Hobo is lesser in alcohol but bigger in flavor for me, and the flavors are more concentrated on the actual hops, which is what an IPA kind of should be. So that's why I put Lord Hobo in the gold. But again, all three of them are good, and I'd drink them all again. I would maybe bitch about the Flying Monkeys having garbage in it, but I'd still drink it. Yeah, I'd bitch about it every time I drink it, but I'll still drink it. So, yeah, them's my rankings. Sam?
All right, last but not least. So, for me in third place, and this may come as a surprise to you guys, but I'm actually going to go with the Dancing Gnome Paper Scissors. I know I said it was my best, favorite beer at Beers of the Berg.
That's a different triple IPA. This is not what we're doing.
Oh, see, I thought I was just going to skip all these beers and just rate the Dancing Gnome triple IPAs.
No, you can't just rate Dancing Gnome
on the scale of least favorite to most favorite. Oh, okay. So, yeah, see, I've been away from the show for a while, so I didn't realize that we were actually rating the beers we
Look, I understand
today.
Your wife has to deal with you daily, coming up and telling you about your Dick Sack Fest for Dancing Gnome, and you rating their beers to her. But that's not how this show works.
When they're all so good, I mean, it's really hard to rank them or put them on a podium. So, all right. Well, I guess if I have to rank these beers that we drank here on the show today, I'm gonna have to put the Alpha King in third place, the Three Floyds beer. I don't know. For me, I mean, you guys put it down there as well. It was a good beer. I definitely would drink it again. But it's just not the style of IPA I'm looking for right now. It's malty. It's similar to the style I used to drink 6 years ago, and my palate certainly changed a bit. I would like it to be a little juicier, a little hoppier, and just all around a little bit more flavorful, at least to me. So that one's going in third. But that said, it is a good beer. It drinks like an older style IPA, and there's nothing wrong with that, and I would definitely drink it again. In second place, we are going to go with the Flying Monkey Sparkle Eyes thing. Sparkle Puff.
There you go.
The Galaxy Starfighter, Defender of the Universe from Infinity and Beyond. So that beer is going to take second place today. That was a really good beer, and I'm still enjoying drinking it as we finish out the show here. Love the peach flavor. The reason it's going in second is just because it's not as balanced to me. It hits you right up on the nose and the front of the palate with a big, bold peach flavor, but it mellows out and just doesn't have the hop finish that I'm looking for. So, I don't know. I just I like the beer, but it's if I'm going to drink something that's 10.2%, I'd rather it be similar to some of the other AAA IPAs I've had in the past that really just are super hoppy, super dank, and really come with a vicious bite on the back end. That being said, the Boom Sauce from Lord Hobo comes in first place for me tonight. It was fantastic. It was balanced. It was clear. Unlike Steve, I really don't mind if there's shit and schmutz and all kinds of juicy goodness floating around in my beer. That does not bother me at all. I will drink that just like the rest of the beer. But to me, the Hobo, even though it wasn't... it didn't have any of that in there. That's fine. It was tasty. It had a big mouthfeel. It was hoppy, and it was balanced and just all around delicious. So the Boom Sauce is taking the top spot on my podium tonight.
Right on.
Okie doke. Well, good rankings, everybody. And if you want to tell us what your rankings are or how you feel about these beers, or if you want to tell us what you think the best marketing beer was, all you have to do is search Hop Nation USA on your favorite social media, and that'll get you Twitter, Instagram, and Facebook. Or if you want to listen to brand new episodes of the Hop Nation USA podcast every Friday, as you should, then search Hop Nation USA on your favorite podcatcher like Stitcher, Podbean, Laughable, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, once they figure out what their damn new tags are. I still don't know if we're going to change category on that. I don't know.
No idea.
I know you don't know. I'm the one who's got to follow.
I know it's a thing, though.
Yeah, you know it's a thing. You've seen the emails.
You'll figure it out.
Yeah.
Don't worry.
But, I mean, we're still on there, so just search Hop Nation USA and you can skip the category part. But yeah, we're on all those, and if you're on any of those platforms, leave us a 5-star review because
we are a 6-star show, but they only let us use 5.
But maybe on the new platform they'll let you use 6.
Maybe the new updates will get to use 6.
Maybe they're listening to us,
or maybe you have to be listening in the Tokyo Dome. But yeah, big thanks to everybody who's been listening and rating. And another big thanks to Prom Night.
Yes.
The song was Such a Fool. He debuted that July 9th. So we're on the cusp of promoting a brand new song by an R&B singer.
Cutting edge.
We're doing good things. And again, you can find him on all the social medias and SoundCloud by searching Prom Night, PROMKNGHT. And you'll hear the full song as we go off the air. But for now, I want to thank Sam for coming on to give me a reason to bring IPAs on the show.
Woohoo! We'll have to do it again sometime. Maybe in a couple months. I'll see everybody, October?
Yeah,
September?
Sure.
All right.
Sure.
September if you're lucky. I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah, who knows?
You'll hear me again, Hop Nation. This isn't farewell. It's just goodbye for now, I guess. Whatever.
Who knows?
I'm done talking for this show. See you, everybody.
You know what show you should have gone on?
What's that?
The Craft Beer Industry Podcast.
Oh, did they invite me on? Did I miss the email?
No.
Oh.
I'm just saying you should have gone on because I believe the last episode they did was reviewing all of the Bird series.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Yeah, with
Yes, they
Andrew.
did.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Well, they're not even done yet. They only released 7.
Well, up to this point is.
I've gotten all 7 so far.
Yeah, but I'm saying they reviewed all of the Bird series up to this point.
Have they brought out an Oriole yet?
They have not. I don't think the Oriole is native to Western Pennsylvania. It's only birds that are.
I got a hat that has one on it.
Well, it's probably native to Baltimore.
It's a Baltimore bird.
This last one they released was called the black-capped chickadee, and it was quite tasty.
Okay.
But if those guys are listening, or if Andrew is listening, the best beer, the Tufted Titmouse. That one was off the hook.
He loves Trillium and he loves Dancing Gnome. Go ahead and send us their beers.
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine.
And Toppling Goliath.
And Toppling Goliath.
Head 450 North. Never had any of those beers, but I'm sure I'd like them.
Well, we always beg for those. We haven't gotten any.
You haven't gotten any yet?
No.
I'm surprised you haven't put Mad Tree on that list yet.
Have a what?
Or Treehouse.
Oh, Treehouse?
Whatever. I don't care about them either.
All right, that's it. Now it's done. See you next week with something new.
I don't think I deserve you as much as I said I do. I didn't mean to really hurt you, but I know that I did it to you. I kept my feelings on low key. Can't stand when the people question me. Yeah, just to be clear, we can try to make this fair. You can get me back for everything I've done on the rain. I understand I put myself in this position. Don't think about replacing me or just listen. I will try to manifest all your wishes. Must get this off my chest. I feel like a fool, such a fool, what the fool. I feel like a fool, such a fool, fucking fool. I promise I'll do better. I will hold you better. I will love you better. I will kiss you better. I feel like a fool, such a fool, fucking fool. I don't think you deserved it as much as I thought you did. I didn't do this intentionally. I know we both been through this. I know it's not fair, baby, just trust me. Let me explain the rest of my story. I know you see right through me. All this shit done hurt me. I understand, I put myself in this position. Don't think about replacing me, just listen. I will try to manifest all your wishes. Must get this off my chest. I feel like a fool, such a fool, what the fool. I feel like a fool, such a fool, fucking fool. I promise I'll do better. I will hold you better. I will love you better. I will kiss you better. I feel like a fool, such a fool, fucking fool.